Morning class. Today's video we're going to go over rational and irrational square roots. Now, to do this, you have to understand how to get perfect squares, and going backwards from that will give us the square root. So for example, if we had 1, n squared would be 1 times 1, which equals 1. If you had 2, n squared would mean 2 times 2, which equals 4. And so on. I want you to take just a few moments to go ahead and square all these numbers. Now there is a shortcut on your calculator if you type in that number and then you square it. So for example 3 and raise it right here to the second power, it will do the multiplication for you. So I'm going to push pause on the video. Go ahead and push play after you have completed this table. Okay, I've got the table filled in. Hopefully you've done the same. If you don't have it filled in or you didn't have a calculator, you can go ahead and push pause on the video and fill in the table and then push play when you're ready to see more of the notes. Now, I wrote them out each time. So 6 squared was 6 times 6. And I wrote out each time just as a reminder that the square root of whatever this total number is going to be just one of those values. So square root is just the opposite of squaring. You're going backwards. Now here's a few examples. It says find the value of each of the following. Square root of 25. Well, that one is on my table. That's 5 times 5. So it's just 5. 169 is also on my table. 13 times 13, so the square root of 169 is 13. Now, be careful with this one, negative 441. So you are finding the negative of the square root of 441. We do have a square root of 441, which is 21, and we need the negative version of that, so it's negative 21. Now, the reason the negative has to be on the outside is because you can't multiply negative times negative and get a negative. Now, number 4 looks a little different. It says 2 times square root of 144. So the square root of 144 is 12, right? 12 times 12. So first get square root of 144, which is 12, and now we're going to multiply it by 2. And 2 times 12 is 24. Alright, flip over to the back. Now we have some fractions and some other ones that are mixed together. Just handle it one step at a time. Now when you see a fraction, what you'll have to do is take the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom. Well, square root of 1 is just 1. Square root of 64 comes out to 8. Now this one says the negative version of that, so it's negative 1/8. Square root of 169 over 225, so that's 13. This one is 15, so it's going to be 13 over 15. Just take the square root of the top and the bottom. I want you to go ahead and try to answer 7 and 8 on your own. You may use your calculator as long as you type it in exactly. Push pause on the video until you've tried to answer. Push play when you're ready to see the answer, okay? Push pause now. Okay, I'm going to show you how to type this in exactly on the calculator. It's really not that bad. So first start out with a 3, and then square root, it's going to be this one and it's in blue. So you have to hit second and then the square root button and then pull up to the bar. Now we need to put in a fraction. Alpha y equals, enter. Now we can type in the fraction. So 361 over 576. 19 over 8. And then at the end of that we need, oh, it's already multiplied by 3. So that is one way if the shortcut was confusing you, or you can take the perfect square that goes in there. So like for example, the perfect square of 484 comes out to be 22. take that number, multiply it by -4, and you should get -88. So you can do this by memorizing the other side, or you can just type it in your calculator and you're still going to get the same answers. All right. I'm going to pause the video here and we'll start the notes with the next video.